This is run by the people who run the Hart House Club, uh, director Kevin, and it is sort of a replacement of the Rosedale Glen Club game that happened on Thursdays in calendar 2019 and 2018. So the game's about to start in 1 minute. As usual, I'm playing with my partner Alid, and we're playing our strong club system with carding that I'll explain as it comes up. We like to bid, so we have a lot of competitive agreements and we have a lot of light opening bids. The great thing about playing on BBO is that, of course, you can alert or announce your ranges whenever possible, right? And it's a courtesy of the opponents. It's not waking your partner up about anything. So I like to be informative when I open the bidding, even if my bid doesn't technically merit an alert or an announcement. All right, it's been a few games since a win. We've come in the high 50s about 3 weeks in a row, which is worse than we want to be. So let's see if we can pick it up. Mm. Love coffee. So I wonder how many players we're going to get in this tournament today. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see our history of recent tournaments. We've got some middling results in there. High 50s, low 60s, only a few ones, a lot of twos, and Tuesday night was a very close battle for second, and we ended up coming in fourth. Um, just sometimes you get unlucky, you know. So here we are getting started. We're waiting a bit on East, but West is here, so that looks to be Larry. So I'm going to say hi and count my points. It doesn't take me a long time to count a hand that's less than 10 points because I have a lot of practice. If you watch Tuesday's stream, you'd know my hands were terrible. So I'm passing and waiting for partner to open one club. So these are 6 minute rounds, so I'm going to have less time to talk and explain and analyze in between the rounds. So Larry's playing with Helen. All right. So I'm sure Al has got a strong opening bid here. Let's see what it is. It's 1-no trump. Actually, 1-no trump here is not a strong bid. We play 1-no trump there as showing 10 to 14 with a balanced hand or semi-balanced. Here, garbage statement would work if I thought that we were guaranteed to not be in a 4-2 diamond fit. I can't guarantee that. I'm going to pass. With honors spread out between the suits, I think 1-no trump's got a decent chance. 10 to 14 is a wide range here, but because we play precision, I'm weak for my initial pass. I would open with any 10 count, first seat, white, pretty much. So here, Alad knows that even with 14 points, he's not going to be in game. So we get the lead against the 1-no trump contract. I'm looking at his hand, and I'm glad I didn't bid Stamen because 2 hearts looks to be a worse spot than 1-no trump. Al is going to take 3 diamond tricks at a minimum, and I think the next suit he's going to try setting up is clubs. The good thing about this hand is that the hearts are hard for the opponents to attack and might set us up some tricks. Their suit seems to be spades, but we'll have almost certainly 1 trick in the spade suit and possibly 2, depending on what happens with the opponent's cards. So Alad wants to decide how to play the clubs. Here, I think he'll probably just end up leading towards the Jack-10 of clubs to preserve flexibility in the diamond suit. If he plays a diamond to his queen early in the hand, it gives up the possibility of 3-3 diamonds. So again, this is what he's doing. Looks like West flew ace, and that tells us a little bit about the position of the clubs around the table. West would be very, very unlikely to play the ace from ace queen. I mean, that could be a clever tactical play, but you've got to place the queen of clubs with East, meaning that you've got at least 1 club hook that works if you're playing that through East. However, if East knows to cover the 10 of clubs, you're still not setting up a club trick. So here, Alad's 8 seems to have forced or encouraged the king of spades to come out. They found their spade shift, but I'm feeling pretty good about our ability to stop the spade suit before they can take forward tricks. So the spade back, again, guarantees us a trick in the suit. So the ace, I think, and the jack of spades are still outstanding. It's possible that the opponents will block the suit before they can cash two more spade tricks. So East correctly covered. So now Alad's four of clubs isn't guaranteed to win a trick. He's at three tricks now. He's got two more coming in diamonds for sure and one more in clubs. He just needs that last trick. So that could come about a few ways. It could come about via 3-3 diamonds, though I find it very unlikely West would lead from a three-card diamond suit. It could come about if the ace of spades manages to crash the jack of spades, but I also don't see that exactly happening. Probably the most likely way that we are going to get a last trick is by our opponents setting up a heart trick for us. Alad might attack the heart suit himself. Unfortunately, clubs look like they were 5-2. 5-2 clubs indicates that East will have a couple of clubs to run if Alad plays a club out of his hand. That will also that will put the contract in jeopardy because then we would have two heart losers for sure, at least one, probably two more spade losers coming. That's six losers, and then two more club losers for down two. So Alad, I think, is probably just going to hope for 3-3 diamonds at this point. I think it's unlikely to succeed, but you got to hope. Now here, if Alad plays low, it's probably going to win the trick because West would have led from length in diamonds. The problem is that the queen of diamonds is stranded now. So how is he going to get there? With East's spade discard, Alad has to hope that for some reason the heart position gets blocked or the spade position gets blocked and our opponents don't take all the tricks they're owed. West will probably continue hearts going to the king, and East has two more clubs to cash. If East's last card is a heart, then Alad can win the jack of hearts. But I suspect that it's a spade and that this won't be the case. We'll see. Well, there you go. It was interesting. I think probably with the West hand, I would have chosen a spade lead, but I can see why you would want to lead from the suit you don't have an ace in when your right-hand opponent's opening one no trump. But yeah, it looks like Alad's play of the eight of spades, forcing out the king of spades, seems to have saved the hand for us. And I think East might have discarded a spade at some point, but East was unlikely to know that West had the ace of spades, given the fact that West didn't play it when West had a chance. So next hand, one of making I think should be a good score there. Our opponents don't have a contract, but on these kind of deals, a plus score will get you most of the match points. If you're looking at other tables, one of Trump makes the other way, so I'm happy with the result. So his one diamond is the nebulous precision diamond. I have a normal forcing 4+ heart response, and Alad will clarify his hand at this juncture. He's thinking. He's thinking. So 2 hearts there shows 4 hearts. It also says to me that he doesn't have a no trump, a strong no trump, 14-16. He has a weak no trump, 11-13, with 4 hearts and a balanced hand. Now, what do I want to do opposite that kind of hand? Well, I think game is a possibility, but it's a possibility if he likes my singleton spade. So we have methods to show this. So I'm going to bid 2 no trump. 2 no trump is an artificial game try. And I think, yeah, this is a I think I might have accidentally made a help suit game try in spades. That wasn't my intention. Uh, so I think my correct sequence should be two spades, artificial forces to two no trump, and then three hearts. Shows a short suit game try in hearts. Um, so I think we might be in a misfit. Alad probably has a good spade holding. Yeah, so I misbid and it's costing us. Unfortunately, we'll see two board rounds. Okay, lots of revenge. Good to know. Yeah, so had I bid correctly, we wouldn't have been in this predicament. Here, it's likely we're going down with two clubs off the top, the ace of spades, almost certainly one heart loser, but possibly more. Uh, this is bad, and it's on me. So diamond shift to the jack. So is there any way I can avoid losers here? So doesn't look like it. I thought it was worth a shot. Here's spade back. So I think I'm just going to cash my ace king of hearts and then claim um, down one. Oh no. Okay. So yes, my correct sequence is to start with two spades, which is an artificial bid forcing the two no trump, and then we play short suit game tries over there. So three clubs is short suit and clubs, three diamond short suit and diamonds, three hearts short suit and hearts. So this is not going to be a good board. Alad only has 12 count. I have a 9 count. Even if I upgrade it to a 12 count, I think most people are going to be short of the game. And if I look at the other tables, there was a pair that managed to stay out of the bad game. And that's what we would have done too had we bid correctly. I'm impressed with the pair who made three spades on at this table. That seems to be a very good result. Yeah, what do you know? So that was our first round. The first board ended up, I think it ended up being a very good board. The second board looks like it's a slightly below average board. I think there's going to be some average pluses at the end of this round because I don't think everybody's going to finish the round in 12 minutes for a two board round. So happy with the first one, not happy with the second one. Um, let's see if we can pick it up. We've got Jennifer and Cindy. Looking at my hand, I have a weak hand with long clubs. If it gets around to me in third seat, I'm going to open three clubs. And I think almost everybody would. Alad's one diamond bid is his nebulous diamond. So here, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't remember if we play three clubs as weak or not, and I don't think we do. If we did, I would be happy to bid a weak three clubs. But since we don't, I think and two clubs would be forcing. I'm going to try one no trump. One no trump would show a hand that denies a 4-card major. It's not raising diamonds. It's not a game force. It's not forcing. I might be able to steal the contract here at one no trump, and if Alad has a fitting card in clubs, we might be able to take a lot of club tricks. So we'll see. I've hidden my club suit. Might even get a club lead. Not a club lead, but a spade lead doesn't hurt. So Alad's got 4 clubs. This is very interesting because uh, if clubs are 1-1, we're actually cold for 5 clubs. Uh, so that's bad. If clubs are 1-1, we're also cold for 3 no trump. So hopefully the clubs don't break. The good news is that I think, no, the clubs are a favorite to break 1-1, given that they're not bidding. So we'll see how this goes. So they found their 2 spades off the top. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. It makes me so happy. I don't deserve this. I should know of a way to show this kind of hand um, without consigning myself to this result. And of course, we're going to take 9 tricks here, but a diamond lead would have held it to probably. Uh, I think we're actually down on a diamond lead for what it's worth, but I'm happy that the clubs did not split. Okay, next hand. I've got one of those reverse Flannery type hands. So if Alad ends up opening a diamond, I'm going to bid 2 hearts to show this pretty exact shape. So one other pair has finished the result, finished the board so far. They smartly bid up to 5 clubs. It's very easy to find the club fit because South's normal opening bid on that hand is 1 club. Okay, so this is interesting. Alad's making a 3 spades overcall here, and I quite like that bid. I think it's very good for me. I need to decide if I want to cube it anything. I wonder if he'll take 3 clubs as natural, or no, 4 diamonds I think is my bid here. Well, that got taken. I could try 4 no trump. That'd be interesting. Or I could just bid my game and let it go. I feel like 4 spades is a colossal underbid here, but I really don't know if Alad has bulk outside of the spade suit. It could very easily be a stiff diamond opposite a stiff diamond that we'd be bidding on. So Alad's playing it, and again, I have to hope that I didn't underbid. We'll see. Alad's fairly liberal with his 3-level overcalls, so if he had a really strong hand, he would have doubled and then bid a suit first. So this is my incredibly lucky day in that we have 3 top losers. If I'd looked for a slam and gone to the 5 level, we'd be down. So I'm getting lucky today. What I need to do is start playing well so that I deserve the luck that I'm getting. You can see Owlet has a fairly average 13 count. So uh, yeah, he wouldn't think twice about bidding three spades there. Some other people would. So my four spade bid is not unreasonably conservative. And barring a 6-0 club break, the contract has been made. So four spades making, it's probably going to be a normal result, but it should be slightly above average. I think there might be a north-south who overbids, and there might be a north-south who never gets into the auction. East-west are actually cold for four diamonds, and three hearts is also a good contract for them. So this board ended up being very good. A lot of people in clubs, of course. Being a no trump was worth a lot of match points there. And then on the next board, four spades beats the people in three making four. I see no way to stop short of four spades if my partner opens one spade given my hand. Um, so I do wonder how that happened. A North made a conservative three spade bid at the other table. I think that's a little bit tight. I would have gone four spades with that hand. Uh, I'm just glad I didn't look for slam. So yeah, it looks like even though these are 6-minute rounds, we've got a little time to kill before the start of the next round. So why don't I tell a bridge story? Sometimes your partner makes a jump bid of a new suit, and you might wonder, is that bid a long preemptive suit, or is that exclusion keycard Blackwood? It can be very tricky to tell if you have a singleton in that suit. I was playing a practice match once, and my partner made such a bid, and I had a singleton in that suit. And I thought, well, our agreement is exclusion here, but can partner really have an exclusion card Blackwood hand if I have a singleton? So I passed, and then it was an online match, and instead of leading against the contract, my opponent asked to redeal because it was that kind of one card fit that we'd landed in, exclusion opposite of singleton. So yeah, that was a fun disaster that I landed in. I'm gonna get myself a glass of water. I'll be back in a moment. Watch a watch an ad, find something, watch it, buy the product. Now, tomorrow's a holiday, so there's no question that I'm going to be breaking into something to drink tonight. The question is what? I think I might have a nice beer. Even though it is Passover, I'll pretend that there's no yeast action going on in that beer. All right. That's John and Trish again. They've been regulars at these online games, and we're eager to play against them. So let's get started. I've got an 11 count. Most people would not open this hand. Playing precision, you open this hand. One of the reasons I love to play precision. When you start the bidding, you A, prevent your opponents from having a constructive auction, and B, define your hand immediately to your partner. So we are able to get started here. Semi-forcing. The great thing about playing semi-forcing no trump is when you get to pass over the one no trump, and this is one of those cases. So if West has a decent hand and passes, thinking they'll get another shot to enter the auction, well, they're out of luck because I've got a pass and Alad gets to play one no trump. You can see the result of the last round was pretty good for us, making up for that silly 4 hearts we bid to on board 2. It looks like 4 spades was an excellent score. A couple people found the sacrifice, and 1 north-south overbid in spades and 1 north-south underbid in spades. So yeah, spade lead. Looks like we're going to lose a bunch of spades at the beginning, and then see how many tricks our opponents can win immediately. So given that neither east nor west bid spades, the most likely spade break is a 4-4 split. So that's going to be 4 spade losers, and then 9 of spades is an interesting standard lead, though. Unlikely to be from 4th best. Looks like it might have been some kind of coded 9. Now, Alad will probably throw off a, a heart, and maybe it was a 4th best 9 of spades. That's interesting, from ace, queen, 10, 9. Ace, king, 10, 9. Okay. So Alad's, okay, he's throwing the diamond, which is a safe discard. And here, Alad needs to decide what he wants to throw. I think he'll throw the club because it doesn't cost a heart stop and it doesn't cost a diamond trick. Alad would love to see a diamond from West, but is more likely to see a heart. There could be some entry complications if West plays a club. He needs to decide what he wants to do. What he could have done was duck it, let it go around to his 10, and then retain flexibility in the suit. But it looks like he's just going to strand the queen of diamonds and dummy and queen of clubs and dummy, and then hope he can get to it later on when our opponents start playing hearts. So here, West is almost certainly going to play a heart. If West has a holding like Queen of Hearts, and West notably didn't make any kind of takeout double of one no trump, West has a thing to do. Okay, so it's a club shift. Alad has 3 diamond winners, but might be squeezing himself. It's not clear if he's squeezing himself or squeezing West. We'll see. If West has the Queen of Hearts and East has the Ace, and the clubs are all gone, then maybe there is an actual squeeze happening, but I don't know. So I think Alad will play the 6 of diamonds off of dummy and then hope for something good to happen. If I'm not mistaken, there's still a couple of clubs around, so I'm not sure if this was the right thing to do. I think West has another club. Yeah. So unfortunately, Alad guessed wrong there. We ended up going down as a result. He might have done better to pitch a low heart from his hand and hope that the hearts could be held to 1 loser regardless. With 4 spade losers and the ace of diamonds, you just don't want to lose 2 hearts. So it might come down to the ace of hearts no matter what. It looks like there's a mix of no trumps from a lot of people. And you want to go plus. At those heart score hands, you definitely just want to go plus. All right, partner's got a precision 1 club opening, and I've got a good positive response. So we've got methods, and I think it's time for us to bid them. So this shows 4 plus spades and 8 plus points. and it's game forcing. So here, one heart is a transfer to spades, and it also, hi, welcome. And it also starts a relay sequence. So Alad's going to bid one spade, and now I have to show my club suit. We play that two diamonds here shows clubs, so that's what I'm going to bid. So if Alad keeps asking, and I'm sure he will keep asking by bidding two hearts at this point, I need to show my range, and I'm at the top of my minimum range. So I'm an 8 to 11 point hand. So that means that I'm going to bid the first step, which is two spades. Here, Alad's going to probably ask about my specific shape. So there's a few possible shapes that I could have. The first step would show a canapé type hand with longer clubs than spades. So if he goes 2-0, I go 3 clubs. And then I will clarify over his next ask what my final shape is. This 3-note trump here suggests a balanced minimum that wants to play 3-no, and I'm happy to oblige him. If he's somewhere in that 16 to 18 range, which is his likely range, there's no slam that we're going to be missing here, or certainly not one that's going to be bid at any other table. So it'll come down to him playing 3-note trump. The good thing about his 3-note trump bid here is that have 8 to 11 points, 4 plus spades, 4 plus clubs, at least 9 cards between the two suits. And I've alerted that, but of course it's past hand. So with West on lead, that's what I alerted. And this kind of bidding obscures Declare's hand. The diamond lead might have been the best lead against this contract, but it's not unreasonable that a different lead might have been better. Interestingly, we actually have play for 6 clubs. I think that had we gotten extra excited, we might have bid to it, given that we have, one quick loser and then parking spots for losing hearts. That's by no means saying that it's an easy make. I think you'd probably want 2-2 clubs to be sure of it. And with 3-1 clubs, the contract 6 clubs would be quite shaky. This might have been a choice that Alan made at match points to go for 3-no trump at imps. I suspect he would have gotten a little bit excited and started hunting for 6 clubs. And when analyzing his play of the hand, I have to not be confused and think that he's in clubs. I have to remember he's in no trump here. So he's not going to be roughing any tricks, and hopefully doesn't also think he's playing it in 6 clubs. But he's got enough tricks to make 3-no trump with a few over tricks. This is going to be an average board because everybody and their mother's going to be in 3-no trump on this hand. I still think the jack of spades is outstanding, so that 9's not a winner. Now here, it looks like that cover might have been a mistake. Also, that ace of hearts is a mistake, unless our opponents have really pitched down. Yeah, they have. I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about 6 clubs, but it looks like we're going to be taking 13 tricks on this one. So what I thought would have been an average board is actually going to be well above average. So looking at the other tables, everybody, of course, is in 3-no trump. and they tend to be making fewer tricks just because the pitches ended up helping us because they had no idea what was in Alad's hand. That concealment is very valuable, and it's one of the advantages of a relay positive system with precision. Yeah, looking at the results from board 5, it looks like everybody's played it now. Had he made it, it would have been a good board. Going down, it's a bad one. You are rewarded for the plays you make. Excuse me. Now, because it doesn't look like anybody did play it in clubs, I don't have an easy way to take a look at how it would have done in clubs. But you can see we got almost all the match points possible in no trump. So not a huge edge for bidding the minor suit slam in that hand, but it would have been at imps. So Alad, again, precision, but I don't have as good a hand, not nearly as good a hand. So I am going to bid a -1 diamond response, 0 to 7 points, any shape, assuming West East don't do any bidding. They do. So I have a double. Double shows 5 to 7 points and nothing about shape. And that tells Alad if we're in game range or if he'd rather defend, because there are lots of hands you pass the 2 clubs doubled with. He might bid 2 no trump if he's got one of those balanced hands. We'll see. Alad and I have competitive agreements, but we don't have a ton. One partner makes this kind of 5 to 7 double. So that's something that we could work on in terms of system stuff to just make sure that's all bulletproof. You don't get a ton of practice when your opponents interfere over your precision. Not because it doesn't happen a lot, but because you're rarely to open precision. And a lot of the interference is something that might be too high to handle, or there's hands where it's very clear you pass with very obvious shapes. Alad goes 3 hearts here, and I like that. I've got 4 hearts. I've got the ace of spades. Here, I have to decide if I want to make a penalty double or if I want to go 4. So I think penalty double is correct. And the reason I'm doubling is because I think that we can probably beat it a couple tricks. And if we can get 800. And 800 is going to be really good here. So unfortunately, the ace of hearts lead is not great because it gives them roughing value. So what I need to do is try to figure out how I want to defend this hand. And that dummy is not looking good for the defense. So obviously I need to do some kind of suit preference here. I don't want him to shift to clubs. I don't have a hand for that, so I'll play my highest heart spot. The king of diamonds is an interesting choice here. I have the queen of diamonds. The question is, do I unblock it? I think not. I think I want to be on lead here. And I think that's why he shifted to the king of diamonds, so that I can get on lead and help pull trump. Something like that. No, his king of diamonds was attempting to force out the ace of diamonds so that the clubs could not be winners. However, it looks like East started with 4 clubs. For East to also bid spades, East must have at least 5 spades. East is also not playing hearts to trump them. So here, now that I've won that, I'm going to play back another club, and hopefully Alad has another higher spade. Though at this point, it's looking less likely. I think Alad could well be out of spades. But he has the king of spades in addition to the 8. So that's really good for us. It means East bid spades with only 4 to the queen jack. So we might actually beat this. Well, obviously we're beating this, but it might be better than playing four hearts. So here, um, I think I have to pitch. I don't want to be roughing things because I want the long trump. So East is trumping. So East started with four spades, four clubs, two diamonds, and three hearts. I find it very interesting that East then hasn't roughed another heart. So here, I'm going to cash this out. And what I am a little bit afraid of is a spade coming through there. And then, no, I think I'm still going to get two spades. But I have to force dummy spades off first. So I'm going to play hearts. So I definitely shouldn't trump here. Now, if East plays another heart and I trump, I'm going to have to concede another spade East. But here, the Queen of Spades means I'm going to get two more spade tricks. But I always was. So it ended up being the correct choice to double, though it could have easily been a hand where bidding four hearts was right. I do wonder if we had a slam there. No, we're off two aces, but yeah, so we made the right choice to double. All right, so I have a hand that's just going to do some passing, and so I will. We're making, looks like 11 tricks and hearts, but getting that third. Oh, yeah. So one other thing about playing precision is that um, usually a couple times a year, or more if you play more bridge, an opponent will end up bidding two clubs at some point, and their partner will think it's Michael's, or they will bid two clubs Michael's, and their partner will think it's natural. Um, it just happens, and it happens more than you might think. So um, it's not a mistake you're forcing your opponents to make, but you'll get match points when it happens. It's one of those things. So now I have 8 points, not grade eight, but I have a fit for partner's heart suit. So I would compete to two hearts. West is thinking. I don't know if they play support redoubles here, but that's probably the kind of hand West has. Probably a hand with exactly three spades. Two hearts is an interesting call here because I was going to bid hearts. Um, if West has a four-card heart suit, I don't want to compete to three diamonds. I'm very scared about it. So I'm going to pass, and then hopefully uh, East will also pass. East is probably not going to pass. East will probably end up thinking for a while, bidding two no trump, but we'll see. Three spades. Interesting. So that's a jump bid. I'm guessing it's an invite, but West reversed. So maybe it's strong bid. So I'm passing, and Alad has a lead choice to make. I don't know what he'll do. He played a very fast two of diamonds. Dummy's hand is excellent. It looks like a real reverse. Uh, this two is probably from five diamonds because we play third and low. So I see no reason not to play my jack here, but I'm just thinking about the hand. Well, there's 3 minutes left in the round. Might as well play quickly. So Alad led from his king fifth is probably what it is, and it might not end up costing a trick, but it might. Here, I'm going to win my queen of spades, and then I have a choice. I think probably I will. Well, I have to decide if I want to attack diamonds more or where I think East-West are going to get their tricks from. It's possible East has a singleton heart. It's likely East has a singleton heart, and it might be hard to set up the club suit uh, if that is what their choice is going to be. But East has a lot of spades. East has 6 spades. So there might just be plain enough cover cards. So I think East should play the ace of spades and then switch to a different suit. But if they finesse, I would have probably ended up returning a spade. It's an encouraging 5 of diamonds. Uh, so indeed, it can be tricky to play against precision. You need practice, right? And in Canada in 2020, most people don't play precision, so you don't get a lot of practice. So there goes that second diamond, and I'm sure East has a third diamond to come. So East should have 3 spades in hand, what looks like 1 diamond, no more hearts, and what? A bunch of clubs. So I'm going to win this. And now I need to decide how I want to do this. I could play my queen of spades, hope for another finesse through. Um, I think probably queen of spades and then a diamond is the right choice. Now, I think East has the ace of diamonds, so I doubt the diamond will actually be productive. But it can't hurt. If Al had underled his ace of diamonds, then it would have been the right choice to keep playing diamonds, but he didn't, of course. Now East will probably finesse another round of clubs, and I'll win my jack, but that'll be it. Um, so that round ended quickly. Unfortunately, it didn't finish off, and I don't know if they would have got it right. So that's an unfortunate situation there. So it got adjusted to 4 spades making. Um, which I think is favorable for me. There might have been an over trick coming for them. So we're playing against Ella and Vitek. So Alad's got a strong club, and I have another negative response. So I'm going to go 1 diamond if it comes around to me. Most people are taking 11 tricks there. I think that with a guess there by East, East could easily guess wrong on the club. There's not really any hints. The difference between 4 spades making and 4 spades plus 1 is quite a few match points, actually. So that could have gone worse for us had the jack been dropped. So Alad's double is sort of a reopening double here, almost like a takeout double. Um, East's club bid is almost certainly natural. I'm going to go 2 hearts here if it comes to me. I don't have a penalty pass or anything like that. So Alad knows that I don't have a great hand, so he could easily pass. If he raises, I'm also passing. My hand isn't worth a second bid unless he forces me to game. So we'll see what he bids. East is thinking, though. I wonder if East has a two-suiter. Now we seem to be off to a good start there, but I could see board 8 being adjusted to four spades making because if you look here, nobody took 10 tricks in spades. Everybody else took at least 11 tricks. So I can't say for sure what's going to happen there. Two hearts just got doubled. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on there. I think Alad will pass, hoping that West passes as well. Um, but West might just bid two spades or something. It's interesting for East to make an initial pass and then two free actions over a strong club. Alad really could have any hand for this pass because he's probably hoping that we get to play two hearts doubled. So here I'm passing. I think realistically I should have made it double. We have a convention there that says double shows exactly two spades. So that's what I should have done. I seem to have missed it. Uh, but then again, I don't have any defensive values at all. So I'd rather Alad make that call. And East is still thinking. I wonder if East is going to try three clubs again. Maybe there you go. Alad is sitting there just as confused as me, I'm sure. But he did have his heart bid. So it's a competitive three heart bid. I don't have a game bid in my hand, so I'm happy to pass. Maybe East will double again. We'll see. East does double again. Interesting. So the first double was penalty, and now we're playing three hearts doubled. So I'm expecting some weirdness to happen. East is bidding clubs twice, taking out the double, or taking out the two spade bid. So a hard void could show up somewhere. Could easily show up in East's hand or in West's hand. So here is dummy. This is a pretty good dummy. For a hand that's not forcing to game, it's about the best it could be. So in terms of losers, I've got a club and a spade that I don't think I can avoid. Um, I have probably a half of a diamond loser. The challenge is going to be maintaining control of the trumps when they don't split, because I don't expect them to split. Looking here, my guess is that East is likely to have the long hearts because East didn't like spades and East returned to clubs, but is also doubling hearts. So East is a favorite to hold, probably diamond or heart length. The pitches that the spade suit makes available are not sufficient to throw off the clubs, should clubs not be played here, or even the diamonds. So they're nice to haves, but not essential. So this quick seven of diamonds is very interesting. Very interesting. I think I need to finesse here because I'm taking this finesse all day. And as I expected, um, East has that king of diamonds. So now I have to make a call in the heart suit. So I think, um, so Alad alerted one club. West is upset. West has no right to be upset because he alerted it. And there you go. Sometimes people just don't understand your alerts. So it looks like we got 4-1 hearts again. Um, that was a black suit pitch. While I'm in this hand, I'm going to take another diamond hook. I don't think diamonds are 4-1, so this should work. So here, I'm going to claim all but one trick. I have to lose a club at the end. East's bidding was very brave there. Yeah, East made a brave call with two clubs, and then another brave call with double, and then another brave call with three clubs. And I think perhaps the bravest of all bids is the double of three hearts. Um, but I can't complain. Um, it was an exciting and fun hand. Uh, but it's the kind of bidding that might make West a little mad, as the chat indicates. Um, very, very interesting. So we'll see how East ends up playing this hand, because East is going to be playing this hand having opened 1-0 trump. That's going to be a heavy 2-0 trump bid, I'm guessing. Our our opponents are uh, not having a good time, it seems. Uh, but that's what happens when uh, the uh, the hands get this exciting. So it looks like West is up and leaving after this hand. So let's think about 3-0 Trump. East is denied a four-card major. I was wrong about my interpretation of West's bid. West has garbage, pure garbage. West should have passed. Um, but there you go. Alad's leading a fourth best spade. The 10 of spades play from dummy is very interesting and is probably good for us. I'm going to win my ace here, play back a spade here. This is third and low present count in a suit that's been broken. So Alad's got what, Queen Jack 9 at this point. So uh, all of his cards are winners. He's just giving suit preference at this point. He should probably know right now what my spade count is exactly, what spades I have, and he knows that he's free to play the queen or the jack or the nine and tell me about another card in his hand. So we'll see. It's the queen of spades. Tells me, partner, I probably have the king of hearts, which is actually not what I wanted to hear, because I already have the ace of hearts. So with hearts stopped, um, they might be able to run 8 more tricks in the minor suits. So we'll see. What's East gonna do? Probably a club to dummy, maybe a diamond finesse. But the ace of diamonds is telling me that the diamonds are going to be pretty solid here. So here, I'm just going to give my count. So Alad has an even number of diamonds and clubs is what it looks like. Uh, okay, so Alad did not lead a fourth best spade. He led a third best spade. So I'm going to play my 7 of spades to indicate my highest spade. Uh, tell him that I have the ace of hearts, as opposed to a card in the minor suits. And his queen of spades play there was interesting. I think he was unblocking, maybe, but I'll win my ace of hearts, win that fourth spade. And that's an encouraging club. So I'm going to play a club back, and hopefully he's got the queen or something. The ace is good. All right. Well, I didn't exactly know what he had, but we figured out a way to beat the contract. And then they have the rest of the tricks. All right. So that got adjusted to 3 no trump down 1 as it ended up being. So that ran a little bit late. Hi. So Elad and Eric have played us 3 rounds in the past 2 games, and they've been 3 slams against us. So hopefully they're not going to do it again. I have a natural 2 diamond bid here. And it looks like, of course, they were the only pair to bid up to 3 no trump. Ella has a clear accept with a very good 17 count, but West's invite was ultra aggressive. And it didn't end up paying off for them. Alid's unblock of the spade probably cost us a certain set, but it didn't matter. So the 3 diamonds bid here, it shows a pretty good hand. On the other hand, I have a minimum of overcall. I'm not going to make any game accepts with this. So we're probably going to have it for 3 diamonds, and we'll see if probably we'll make exactly 3 diamonds, is my guess. So looks like we've got a couple spade losers and a couple club losers, and then we're good for the rest. So exactly 3 diamonds seems to be a good guess. I will cover an honor with an honor out of habit. And here comes the ace and the king. If another spade comes through, I'll pitch a club, and then hopefully we'll be able to... No, I won't pitch a club. I'll rough, and then I can pitch a later club. So here, I'm going to rough high, which is the 7, and then I can pitch a club on the 10 of spades. Okay, so I need to think about how I want to play this. So how many rounds of trump do I want to draw? Probably 2, and then I can start roughing things. So let me play the king of diamonds from hand, play low. If diamonds are 3-1, I have to think about this. Okay, diamonds are 2-2. I think there's no way around losing a club trick, but I'm going to claim, so I'm going to claim making 7 tricks, pitch club on spade. So making 4 is exactly what you would want for this kind of auction. Yeah, so Alad's 3 diamond bid was a solid overcall, and I've explained earlier that we're aggressive players, but we have ways of showing weaker raises than that. So what might be a normal good raise for most pairs is a strong raise for us, and we would make our weak competitive raises by going through 2 no trump first. Kind of a good bad 2 no trump. So I think 10 tricks there should be a very good score because they've got 9 caching tricks. So I've got another precision opener here. Well, it's actually 13, so everybody's opening it. All right, so Alad's saying 2 no trump there is not 11, so okay. Never mind. I told lies. So here I've got 13 points. We play 14 to 16 no trump. This is not good enough for that. So I'm going to open a nebulous precision diamond. Not 2 diamonds, 1 diamond. And this should describe my hand on my rebid. So hopefully Alad bids 1 heart. If he bids 1 heart, I go 2 hearts. If he goes 1 no trump, or if he goes 1 spade, I go 1 no trump. If he goes 1 no trump, I pass. So opposite those bids, I have very clear actions. He's thinking about what to bid. He probably has a hand that is better than a hand that would have made any of those bids. We'll see. To play. Other results are coming in. It looks like no trump ended up being quite good. I think no trump double dummy is not great, but actually there's no way to untangle the club suit. So if South ends up playing no trump, they can take at least 8 tricks. If North was playing no trump, then the Jack of clubs lead would be a master stroke and set 1 no trump. So All right, so that's the opponent's carding. The contract is three no trumps, so the spade lead is the best attack against this contract. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of tricks, and Alan's trying a sneaky club up to hopefully catch Eric napping, but Eric is wide awake and comes up with a king of clubs. So I expect them to cash a bunch of spade tricks at this point, hopefully only three. If the spades end up dividing 3-3, or sorry, 4-4, then the contract definitely has a good shot. We'll take four clubs, a couple diamonds, a heart, a spade, and then we'll probably play for some kind of squeeze in the reds. But it looks like the spades were 6-2. 6-2 spades are not good for us. It means they're going to take five spade tricks and the king of clubs. That would be why Eric jumped up with that king of clubs. But of course, Eric holding the king of clubs makes the contract impossible in the first place. I wouldn't be surprised if Alan just conceded down two at this point. Because there's what, three more rounds of spades coming. He could throw off a club, a diamond, and a heart from his hand, and then he's got guaranteed winners and enough transportation to hold the contract to down two. The good news is that I expect this to be a normal result because we did have spades stopped and we had no outside 8-card fit, certainly not in a major suit, and we have clearly enough strength for three no trump. So as long as Alan's playing the no trump, which he would be, this is going to be the result at most tables. But of course, when your opponents play well and they get the tricks they're entitled to, oftentimes that comes with a 30% board for you rather than a 50% board, because you can't expect that everybody's going to play properly or play well. Not to insult opponents in general, but it is what it is. People make mistakes. So when you don't make a mistake, you're going to be rewarded for it. And our opponents did not make a mistake. And Alad made an interesting choice. He should have thrown off a club from his hand instead of the diamond. And now he's pickled. He's blocked himself. This was bad. Sorry, Alad. We'll see if that king of clubs was singleton. Oh, it was a singleton club. Singleton king, Alad. You done goofed. Hmm. But of course, if Eric's not playing a heart here, he definitely has the king of hearts. So Alad was able to read that. So if he plays double dummy, he can take three club tricks, four hearts, as a diamond, a couple diamonds, and a spade. Alad, you can make four there. That's right, five tricks in the major suits, and you could actually, um, because you're giving up the lead in clubs to East, you can afford to lose a club to East. Fascinating. Fun hand. If you duck a spade, win the second round, then ace of clubs, club to the jack. Well, there's a few ways to do it. I think when you're in South, you probably take the opportunity to take the heart finesses and then uh, do your best to duck a trick into East, whether that's a club or the queen of diamonds. He's glad to be down two, but if there are players who cash the ace of clubs first, and there might well be, uh, he would do badly. If there are players who take a heart finesse and then cross back to the ace of clubs, Alan would be a bit pickled. So I think there's going to be pairs who actually end up uh, making the contract. So it looks like there's two people in the 4-3 heart fit, which I find very interesting. Um, that's an interesting situation where South makes a balancing double with a hand that is not really a balancing double type hand, and then North interprets it at like a normal double, but four hearts makes. And then similarly, uh, the exact same auction happened here. And then, yeah, so not a good board for us. Four hearts is helped along by the fact that you're likely to drop the king of clubs using that ace of clubs for transportation. And you don't really need to win nine tricks right away in the hand. You can afford to do things like duck tricks. The auction at other tables to get to four hearts is not unreasonable, so I don't quite blame them for being in it. The auction to get to three diamonds is one that also seems quite reasonable. But yeah, 3 no trump, 13 opposite 13, no 8 card major suit. Seems normal, but it didn't end up turning out. Hi, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for taking a look at the stream. Uh, looks like we've got our usual game going on. Um, looks to be a high percentage, but those percentages can be very deceiving. I expect us to drop down as more things come in. 3 no trump down 2 ended up being an absolute bottom board because absolutely nobody, except for one pair, was in 3 no trump. And that pair uh, looks like they did the thing where they didn't duck a club first. So here I've got a 10 count. It's not quite good enough to open the bidding, so I'm going to pass. Valid bids, I've got the best possible hand. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that that ended up being a 0%, but you know, bridge is bridge, right? Sometimes you do a normal thing and you get 100%. So it makes sense that if what seems to be a normal contract ends up being a 0%, you get some, you lose some. So next hand though, next round, we're playing up round against Alnor and Doug. Uh, the the field. Lots of so two spades here. It's weak. Um, on the other hand, it's could be interesting things given that I'm a passed hand. He's more likely to take some liberties. I can't justify bidding four spades. What I will do is compete to three spades. The three spade bid here, I think, will block them out from finding a heart fit if they have one. Yeah, so uh, my normal result against this field is somewhere between high 50s, low 60s. Obviously, there's a range. So right now we're doing a little better than we normally track. But yeah, so it looks like Alid made his weak jump shift with what looks to be a normal spade overcall. So we're missing a game here, unfortunately. Uh, maybe, no, I don't see a way that we're not making 10 tricks here, unfortunately. So yeah, it's it's going to be interesting because I've got a 10 count, he's got a 13 count, and not everybody with just doing straight up point counting is going to get to four spades, but I think most pairs should get to four spades. I would be surprised if everybody stayed short of the game. One thing Alec can try to do here is try to do his best to avoid a club loser. If he manages that, then he can beat all the people in part score. So I definitely could have made a bid that could have been a little more aggressive than three spades there. Um, three diamonds, I think, would have been uh, probably a good call, given that I have extras uh, for my three spade compete. What that does leave the opponents is the ability to intervene with three hearts. So that meant that my efforts to block my opponents ended up blocking us. So here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was no East bid hearts, not diamonds. Yeah. So if I had bid three diamonds there, it might have been passed by Alid. We don't have specific agreements about when I'm a passed hand and then I offer a new suit. Uh, but in this case, uh, I didn't want to run that risk. So here, Alid will ruff, give up a club, and then claim making four, I think. I'm not sure if I was counting. If the diamonds were 5-1, then the queen might not have dropped, but the queen did drop, so the diamond's good. Well done, partner. So I'd love to see what other people are doing. It looks like the one other table that finished also stopped in three spades, um, which is interesting. I think over a one spade overcall, I do have an invite, and then South has a non-accept. So it's not unreasonable to miss this game here, certainly at match points. But at imps, it's a game you definitely want to be in. Here, I've got nothing to bid. I'm passing. It looks like there's a pretty consistent three spades plus one happening. All kinds of people getting to three spades in any which way. So this is interesting because I don't have a four card suit to bid, and fortunately, I get to pass. Partner did not misclick the two spade bid. He likes to do creative things sometimes. Sometimes creative things are the difference between a 60% game and a 57% game. And why not go for that 57? So three clubs is the contract. I have some choices here. I could go with a club lead, which is interesting, or I could try to tap the long club hand. I don't know where the long club hand is. Um, I'm likely to score a couple club tricks if they play clubs themselves. I'm going to lead my best suit. Here, I think it's probably a spade. I'm going to lead my third best spade. So the kind of shape that I'm expecting from partner is triple four one hand, but he could have 3-4 in the majors. Uh, However, were he 3-4 in the majors, West would have a five card major. So uh, what's going on here? If Alid is 4-4-4-1, then West is 4-4-1-4. And I need to think about how I can defend against a West with that shape. So Alad has one club. He might play it at this point. But he didn't have an opening bid. So if he's got maybe 5 points in diamonds, a point in spades, maybe a couple points in hearts, it's 8. He would double there to show his shape at those colors. So the jack is holding the trick. It's possible he wanted a heart back, but I'm not overtaking. So here I'm going to show my count with the 10. My partner has 3, 2, and then 2 higher ones for his heart play. So roughing high is interesting. I don't think that it's correct because Alad's double promises some kind of spade length there. So here I'm going to duck smoothly and hopefully get West to try another finesse. I'm going to throw off a heart here. Okay, so I had the count of the hand wrong. It looks like Alad only had 3 diamonds, which gives him an extra card somewhere else. No, he had 2 diamonds. He had 2 diamonds. Why would he have 2 diamonds there? Very strange. So here I just have to trump with my jack of clubs and then play a club under my ace, hoping partner has the king. I don't like it, but no. Or anyway. Oh, so that was a little bit strange. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess I can sort of see it, but if I'd bid 2 diamonds over 2 clubs, I guess he runs to 2 hearts. That was his escape plan. So was there a better way to defend the hand? It looks like there probably was. Um, if I'd attacked hearts, I could have shortened dummy's club length, and then partner maybe could have gotten in and won some heart tricks. Looking at the double dummy result, leading a low club out of hand would cost a trick. I think it just sets up an extra club trick for declarer. So I'm glad that didn't happen, but I'm sure that I made mistakes later in the hand as well. So yeah, I'm just looking at the double dummy result. Had I played my ace of clubs, I think it might have caused an issue with, it might have helped communicate, it might have helped the opponent with entries. I'm not exactly sure why the duck play ended up working. I'd need to analyze it further, but it seems to have worked. I feel like I lucked into a good play, which is a little bit frustrating, right? I'd love to have realized that ducking the king of clubs was correct, and then um, knowing that the partner would be able to rough the third round of diamonds. Um, but I'm happy that we beat it. Looks like the short rounds are hurting a lot of players. With 6 minutes aboard, 2 boards around, there's 3 tables where they didn't get to finish, and everybody else East West seems to have been in no trump. It was very strange for East to raise clubs with 4 to the 10, and then West to keep bidding clubs with 3 to the king queen, and a balanced hand. So this is Sandy Wong and Stephen Wong. And that's Alad's, as he says in the chat, mother and brother-in-law. Hopefully they're not watching the stream because if they were, they could see my hands. Um, Alad taught them everything they know. So watch out for very strange jump over calls. Thank you, Sandy. I assume you're referring to previous iterations of the stream and you're not looking at my hand right now, but I appreciate you tuning in. Uh, and I hope that you find my commentary informative and entertaining, uh, just like the rest of the world who watches my stream. So I have a 10 count and I'm in third seat. I'm red on white. Our no Trump range is strong here. Do I open with this pile of garbage? I don't think so. I think I'm going to pass and hope that partner has 9 points and that they have a heart fit. And oh no, it looks like Sandy passed with a good hand. Um, yeah, so perhaps our opponents, yeah, yeah, they misclicked or misbid. I don't know. That's an opening hand, and they should be in. What looks to be like a game there. Four hearts. I think four hearts makes. Hi, David. Welcome to the stream. Um, West passed. Unclear. Why? So Alad's competing with two spades here. Two diamonds should be a transfer to hearts, of course. Um, Coming in over a strong no trump. The two spade bid doesn't promise a second suit after the interference or after the transfer. I have to decide if I want to compete now too. And it's an interesting call. I think that I'm going to pass because I have a couple defensive values and uh, I don't have a card in spades for partner. And if spades are offside, it's not going to be good. Hi, Forax. Welcome to the stream. So Alad's got a second three spade bid here. Now, I have to assume that he's actually being reasonable and not just bidding like a madman because he's playing against relatives, which is something that we all do. And honestly, in a vacuum, I would consider bidding four spades here. But they've managed to bid themselves up to four hearts. And with the ace of clubs and the king of hearts, I have to think about what's going on. What is going on? You know what? I think I'm going to double here. And the reason I'm doubling is because I have the king of hearts. I have the ace of clubs. Alad's bidding spades twice, but West is promising a balanced hand. So Alad might have a couple cashing spade tricks. So I'm going to try leading a spade and hope that we're going to take a couple spade tricks and that'll cash the ace of clubs and king of hearts, and we'll get a bunch of match points. If they're bidding on their own up to four hearts opposite an absolute nothing hand, then I have to double for equity. So Alad's got a hand that can beat three no trump. So I'm going to play my lowest spade here, and hopefully Alad will continue with a club. I don't want my ace of clubs disappearing on five diamond tricks. So I'm just looking at the result from that pass out, and indeed, somebody did manage to go down in four hearts, but most people steer clear of the game. That eight of clubs is an attitude card, so he doesn't have the king of clubs. I'm going to play a diamond. It seems to be my best choice here. Again, an attitude card. If Alad's void in diamonds, he might get a rough. He probably is not. Mark Card Master. Hey, Yeah, so we're playing at a 70% pace right now. Honestly, it doesn't feel like a 70% game. Our opponents have made a few mistakes, and so have we. Uh, I made the wrong game try on one hand, and that cost me. Uh, that put us into an impossible game that we went down in. Um, and Al had made a very creative preempt that didn't end up turning out. But that aside, it's been pretty solid. We're still waiting to bid and make a slam. So that's the rest of the tricks. So Al did have quite the spade suit. And I'm glad I didn't compete to four spades here because we've got too much crap outside of the spade suit. But yeah, uh, the super duper accept by West needed to be punished, and so I'm glad that I found a double there. Yeah, so if East transfers and West super accepts, West is going to be very tempted to go four hearts, and I wouldn't blame them. So I think there's going to be company at four hearts. However, the double might not happen at other tables. I think it was a bit of an aggressive call, but again, you're playing bridge against relatives. Why not? Five card suit, 13 points. Standard. You got all defensive tricks and very little offense, and your suit quality's bad. Why not preempt? Fix your partner when you miss a game. That's okay. Well, how bad is three spades? He's going to take six spade tricks and the ace of clubs. Um, so, oh, well, he gets to rough a club. So, but you were correct. Three spades with the spade break, you can easily rough that last club in dummy. You're going to lose three red cards, and or the heart finesse is onside anyway, and you've got an entry. So you're going to lose a couple of clubs, and you're going to lose a couple of diamonds and the ace of hearts. You're going to be down one and three spades, so it's the par contract. Um, Family bridge, indeed. Penalty doubles are compulsory. I'm just sad that there was no redouble. So how was this last round in terms of moving our percentage? The pass out ended up being almost an average board because of the tendency for East West to get aggressive and then in four hearts not divine the position of the cards. Double dummy, of course, four hearts is making, but you're going to have to, I think, guess diamonds right to make that contract. The next round, the next hand, four hearts doubled down one, I think will be a top board, just because it's hard to beat that score. 200 is almost always a very good score in match points, and it's definitely a good score if it's a doubled game down one when you don't have more than a part score in your direction. So I'll take credit for the double, but mostly we were just a little bit lucky there, I think. So I'm going to refill my water glass with some beer, I think, because it is a long weekend and I don't have to commute tomorrow. Not that I would have had to commute anyway. So today we will be drinking from the Spearhead Brewing Company in Kingston, Ontario, the Big Kahuna Imperial IPA. Uh, I will read the flavor text because there's only so much one can say about bridge. So eventually one needs to start talking about beer, and I am one. So Big Kahuna is a giant-sized imperial IPA that will rock your soul at 100 IBUs. That's 100 IBUs. This double dry hopped ale explodes with Warrior, Cascade, Cashmere, and Hallertau blank hops. I think they're just making it up at this point. And like its little brother, Hawaiian style pale ale is brewed with pure pineapple juice. It is unfiltered with a delicate carbonation, complex flavor, and bouquet. Big Kahuna has a big, bold character reflective of its namesake with a refreshingly floral, tropical finish. Fascinating. Yeah, I'm going to try to win a contract, last trick being with the seven of diamonds, so that Alad can pay me back for this one. Yeah, fat finger accidents often do lead to good results. So I've got an exciting two-suiter here. It's not an upgrade to a strong club, but it is definitely a one heart opening. So this is 10 to 15 and 5 hearts. This is not a bid that is alertable, but I like to sort of announce it just because I think it's fair that the opponents get as much information as they can. Uh, Most of the opponents I'm playing against tonight are not expert opponents, so give them the information that they should need to make the bids that they should make. I should still get by with my history with my partner and my bidding agreements. So 3 clubs here. We play this as a fit showing jump. So he's got Hart fit and a good club, a good 5 card or more club suit. And um, is that a good bid for me? It absolutely is. So what I need to do is start Q bidding here. Uh, or how do I start Q bidding here? Um, hmm. I think 3 spades is sufficiently artificial that he will read it as some kind of Q bid. On the other hand, I could just blast to like exclusion keycard Blackwood. Uh, that's probably the more fun choice. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun here. I'm gonna bid exclusion keycard Blackwood. Because why not? He's got at least one of the top 2 clubs. And he should read it for hearts because he's promising a heart fit, even though he's showing a club suit. So uh, the tricky part here is actually remembering our exclusion agreements, whether it's 0314 or 1430. And so my gamble is that he's got 2 of them. Hopefully he'll. Oh, so if you're wondering why this is exclusion, we play 4 spades here is just normal keycard. Um, so yeah, we're not playing this as six card key card. I think he'll understand it to be exclusion for hearts, um, but we'll see. So this is probably 1 key card outside of hearts. Um, so, eh, is 1 key card enough? Yeah. I don't like to curse on stream, but I'm just going to bid 6 hearts here because I'm feeling lucky. This was terribly bid, and I'm so sorry that you have to watch this. Um, if he has 1 key card outside of the spade suit, it's probably going to be the ace of clubs, and then the heart's going to be on side, or the club's going to be on side. So of course, the ace of spades lead is going to make this a very easy contract to make. Actually, it's not easy anymore. I have to realize that, or sorry, I have diamonds to trump, and I've got a club to pitch. This is going to be hard. How am I going to make this? Okay, so let's say I've got 5 heart tricks, the ace of diamonds, that's 6, 2 roughs, that's 8, the king of spades, that's 9, the ace of clubs, that's 10, a setup diamond is 11. Okay, so my plan is to set up the diamond suit. So I'm going to rough and then start trumping diamonds. Can this work? I don't know if this can work. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. I'm not sure. Do I need to take a club finesse for this one? I think the ace of spades indicates to me, or it hints at least, that the club is in the other hand. Maybe I'll try to do the clubs backwards. But if I do, okay. So I'm going to do the clubs backwards for fun. Okay. So this could be going worse. This was terribly bid. It's probably poorly played, certainly poorly explained. And yet, I am duly punished. Thank you. I did not deserve to make this one. And I'm going to be down 3. That's all right. All right, now I have to read the chat. RIP. Hey, it could have been worse. We could have been doubled in 5 hearts. So sometimes you just need to gift some match points to the opponents. And I think we did that. Here, I'm just a little bit too weak to make a vulnerable overcall, so I'm going to pass. Fit showing jump. So 3 clubs was a fit showing jump. Good club suit in plus. So I thought, oh no. Okay, so Alad's not reopening. Uh, that indicates spade length to me. If he's got spade length, then I've got a couple approaches. I can try to tap dummy, or sorry, excuse me, tap declarer, or I could try to find my partner with roughs. So um, I'm thinking about underleading my ace of diamonds. If you know what, I'm gonna underlead my ace of diamonds because you know what, I bid a slam last time off 2 aces, and it was really bad. It was really stupid. Here I'm gonna underlead my ace of diamonds, and then hopefully set up my partner's like long spade suit by leading on that suit. Alid shifted to the club, and I think he had a singleton king of diamonds. So I'm going to encourage clubs because I've got a doubleton. He might be shifting the 10 of clubs from like a tricky holding. Uh, so I'm probably going to see a spade come out there. And then I've got a decision to make. Do I want to fly ace or do I want to play low? If I fly ace, then I don't see what I'm going to do besides play another club back because I think I've got a cashing ace of diamonds. What I could do is go ace of diamonds and then 10 of diamonds, partner will trump, West will over trump, but that'll prevent them from setting up a pitch on the diamonds. So I think, uh, okay, so this is suit preference. And not just because of the tempo. We're pretty good about suit preference here. So that is a relatively high spot. It's not a club, so I don't think he wants a club. Could it be a heart? Maybe I'll just play hearts now while I have the chance. Maybe that'll hurt the entries to dummy. There's not going to be a diamond pitch anyway. So I'm going to try the jack of hearts and then hope that partner's got the king. So yeah, it looks like he does. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out the bridge and the chat at the same time, and the beer. I like the beer. But yeah, six highs from longest strongest. We play third and low leads. Um, we also normally don't underlead aces against suit contracts, but sometimes you gotta underlead that ace against a suit contract, right? So here, I'm not gonna be trumping a club, but at least I've still got that ace of diamonds. Now, if I'd led the ace of diamonds, things would have gone really badly. West is probably gonna show out hearts here. Wonder if we're going to see the. Nope, I'm bad at counting. So the five is from current three. So partner had four hearts, dummy had four. I had three. Declare had two hearts. There is the queen and the king. If you bid and make a grand slam in a Hart House BBO game, let director know you and your board will be featured in our website's Grand Slam Club. Uh, if partner had two key cards on that previous board, maybe I would have been a grand. Who knows? Hmm. I wish partner had better spades. I think it might have been a bad play to fly ace on that first round of spades, as it turns out. I think the four of clubs is going to be won by Aled at this point. Yeah, excuse me. So here I've got a good 10 of hearts, a good ace of diamonds. If I have stopped counting trump, but these are winners. So there you go. And then the ace that I underled is going to win the last trick, which I think is beautiful. Ah, all right. What do we have? Nine count. Great. Oh, so let me see. Did we actually get to the last card? I'm just running through this to see if it processed everything. And yeah, so no, he had a trump left. Ah, shoot. Well, that would have been fun. I wonder what the best I can do is on that deal. So Alad opening one diamond there. It's nebulous precision, but I have an easy 1-0 trump response. I'm not alerting it because there's nothing artificial about it. It's just no trump. It usually gets passed by partner. If partner's got extra long diamonds or a 4-card side suit, or sorry, a 2-suiter, he'll bid the second suit. But usually this gets passed. 3 diamonds. Okay, so uh, here partner's got towards the top of his range. He's got long, good diamonds. And I've got a really good hand for that. So I'm going to go 3-no trump. And I'm going to make it on a heart lead because East is going to lead a heart. Lead a heart. Ah. So, yeah, looking at the previous hand, double dummy, um, it's going to be making 2. Other tables were in like part scores and going down 1 or making 2 or whatever. So ended up being a pretty good board just because they didn't take too many tricks. So here, that's not a heart lead, but the spade lead's fine because he's got to stop. I've got 6 diamond tricks, a couple hearts, the ace of spades. 3 of spades is probably 4th best. I'm not assuming it isn't. So I have to decide how do I want to play this one. If I give up the lead, I'll lose 2 clubs and 3 spades. So this is going to be 9 top tricks, and I might actually claim it. Partner does not have the 7 of diamonds, so I haven't earned this guy yet. I will play it out just in case the opponents throw off heart tricks. So we got one heart gone, a couple clubs, another club, another heart. I'm going to pitch my spade here. So we've got a few hearts gone. If hearts were uh, 3 in west and 4 in east, then I've set up a heart trick. But just spades and clubs at this point. So here, we'll hope that magic is going to happen. Magic. And now if somebody held on to ace, king, small of clubs, which they didn't at this point. I could get a club trick, but it's going to be winners all around. I expect. I expect. And there you go, making 4. We're having what 67% game right now, and a lot of that is why it's just the opponents who don't have carding agreements pitching wrong because they don't have they're not looking for anything, so they don't have that guidance on what to hold on to and what to throw out. And so normal play can get you these extra tricks and get you really good boards as a result. We're not doing anything spectacular, and if you watched our disaster on board 17, you'd know that. But competent bridge play can win you club games like this one. Three no trump is probably going to be a pretty good score there. I think it's uh it's not a beatable contract even against perfect defense, and the uh, the 9 opposite, sort of a shaky 15, but only if you count your singleton queen, could result in a lot of people missing a game, or perhaps bidding to game in diamonds, which is doomed. So we're on the next hand though, so I'm just going to practice pressing the pass card until it's my turn to lead. So let's take a look at these profiles and see if we see 2/1 on there. We don't. But new suits are forcing, so they're going to keep bidding. My hearts have grown up with West's heart bid a little bit. If we end up playing this contract in 4 spades, like if East bids 4 spades now, I'll probably lead my stiff diamond. Yeah. Now I'm leading my stiff diamond, but I like to wait a fast 10 before leading against any contract because it provides UI if your lead is too fast. So I try not to do that. Indeed, they're beginners. I can't justify a double here because sometimes beginners underbid just like they overbid. Here, there wasn't an effort at a slam try, but you could easily see a case where you might slam try. Though it looks like the diamond lead has turned out. No king? Too bad. There's the king. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. You want to play that jack of clubs? No? Okay. Take a finesse? Not this time. Well, I see a lot of winners in dummy, and I don't see a way for East-West to lose any more tricks, but magic can happen. If it happened on the last hand, it can happen on this hand. So looks like 4 spades made of 5. Had East-West bid to slam, they would be down. And we can't get any more tricks than we did. So this is, my guess, going to be a middling board. I don't anticipate that most people will do anything different. Excuse me. So yeah, it looks like, well, only one other table's played it so far, but yeah, looking at the previous result, a lot of people in diamond part scores. I knew my partner was pretty much pegged for a 15 count with his one diamond, three diamond bid. Playing precision, he's at the top of his range. He's got six diamonds. And with four, including the ace, I know that's six tricks right off the top. I've got the king of hearts that's uh, being led up to theoretically. So I had a pretty clear 3-no trump call. So I'm glad that our system helped us find that one. And this board, I think, should be pretty normal. Um, just looking at the other tables, I'm sure that everybody else led their stiff diamond. Yeah. Key card, yeah. Well, you are off two key cards and diamonds. So that's one thing warning you away from key card. But had East West bid key card, they would have stopped in five because being off an ace and the queen of spades and not having at least a 10 card fit, you should not be in a slam, certainly at match points. Anyway, I've been talking and playing bridge. We've got 2 rounds left. Um, for once, we're on pace to have a winning game. The past few games, it's been high 50s, maybe low 60s. Somebody's run away with it. And it's looking like it might be us this time. But anything can happen. Uh, swings can take place. I could get excited and bid another silly slam off a couple of aces, and the king of partners log a suit. Well, thinking back to this six hearts, it would have been quite the coup if East had king third of clubs and led the ace of spades in order to encourage me to discard a club from hand and take a roughing finesse instead of taking a standard finesse. It would have been a very tricky play. I don't know what the word for those kind of play is, but the encourage your opponents to make a mistake play. Here, obviously, I can't make six hearts, uh, not on any defense. Oh, so uh, looking at the scores from today, we've got a lot of really good boards. Only 1-0, and that zero was uh, not a disaster by any means. It was a normal 3-no trump contract where Alad's line of play ended up losing to the singleton king of clubs offside instead of going for a suit where had to use the ace of clubs as an entry, it would have set up uh, a whole host of club tricks. So that was a little bit unlucky and a little unlikely that nobody else did the same thing. But the rest of it's been pretty solid. So John and Trish again. Looks like John just reconnected. And I've got a normal precision one spade opening bid. Now, if partner bids a semi-forcing 1-no trump, I'm in an interesting position where I could pass and pretend that my hand is minimum balanced, or I could bid two clubs. The problem with two clubs there is that it includes some hands where uh, we've got sort of, like a, well, I can't really have a balanced hand with a 5-card spade suit and 14 or 15 points because that would be a hand I would have opened 1-no trump in the first place. So here, well, I'm obviously passing here. Or am I? We actually have an agreement here where double shows uh, two hearts, exactly two hearts. It's a 2-card double. And it's an agreement that we picked up after reading a few too many Kit Woolsey articles on bridgewinners.com. Um, Now, Aled might pass it if he wants to defend two hearts doubled. He would pass it with four hearts, uh, but he might have fewer than four hearts. And it looks like this is a case where he does. So he's just scrambling into two spades. So I'm happy to pass two spades. East might compete to three hearts here. Nope. So I'm always happy when we get to steal the contract in two of a major undoubled. Here, like I expected, Aled has fewer than four hearts. He's just got two. They do have that 8-card heart fit. Now, I was the dealer. West is an unpassed hand. So West probably has opening strength. The 7 of hearts, it could be top of nothing. It could be top of a doubleton. But I think what I want to do is draw trumps as quickly as possible so as not to get uppercut in the heart suit. And then when I play a club back to hand, either West will fly ace or and set up my club suit, or duck and let me pull the. Oh no. Hang on a second. So let me just think about the spade spots that East continues to hold. It's the 10 and the 9 and the 8 and the 2 and the 3. Yikes. So I am struggling to find a way to make this at this point. What I might need to do is score my low spades by roughing diamonds in hand. Something like that. Oh, that 6 of clubs is worrying. It was in tempo. I think East has the ace. Yikes. Oh no. And now West has the king of diamonds. Ah, shoot. This is a disaster. Um, yeah, there's no way West would play the 5 of diamonds from not the king, but that might be a singleton. So, hmm. Is there anything I can do here? I think I'm going to play low and hope that East has the jack of diamonds. Nope. So West will return a heart, and I think it's going to get trumped. The jack was an interesting card there because that sets up the 10 in dummy. So I can pitch a card on that. I'm going to advance well, first thing I'm going to do is play my ace of spades. Well, East does have a low spade in their hand, so there's no need to play my ace of spades here. So I'll advance a club towards dummy. And I'll play the king. Maybe the jack will drop. No jack. Oh no. That didn't really do much for me, but East might be out of clubs at this point. So I'm going to go ace. And then I'm going to rough a diamond in hand. Rough a diamond in hand. No. And I expect East to be out of diamonds at this point. East with oh, thank you. So here, East is down to spades. East played the 8 of spades from 10-9-8, and I'm going to win my ace of spades, but unfortunately have to lose the last trick to the other high spade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I'm down 1. That was sad. I don't think I can make that contract, but it's probably better than defending. No, I'm always down 1. It's probably better than defending 2 hearts doubled at least. They can make 3 clubs, which is good for us. So I'm glad that they decided to defend. We dodged 3 no trump. Indeed, we did dodge 3 no trump. You have a very bad 12, and I have a very bad 12, so I'm glad that we did dodge 3 no trump. So this is the second hand. Partners opened 1 of something. I've had 7 clubs to the ace jack today. but this is a very different hand. I've got very good suit quality. On the other hand, I can't really justify bidding something, except um, we have an agreement here. So here, this 2-no trump in competition is a hand that wants to compete to the 3 level. And so it forces partner to bid 3 clubs. After which I will describe my hand further or pass. And this is a hand I will drop dead pass when partner bids 3 clubs. And partner's 3 diamond bid is explicitly not clubs. Partner's showing 0 tolerance for clubs and probably a second suit in diamonds. With the second suit in diamonds, I like diamonds. I really do. I really do. How much diamonds do I bid here? If he's got ace of spades and the ace of diamonds, then we can probably make 5 diamonds. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that he's got a 5-5 spades and diamonds hand, and that he's got a couple of controls here, because him having, yeah. So this is sort of exactly or close to the hand that I was hoping. It'll make 5 diamonds a fun contract, and this has shades of the 6 hearts doubled that wasn't doubled, 6 hearts down 3 hand. In that, in theory, this can make. He's probably going to go down, but he'll have fun playing it no matter what. The problem with this hand is that he has to win the ace of clubs and the king of spades and 8 diamond tricks, and then still manage to find another trick. And I don't see a way for him to do that other than by setting up the clubs. So if I were Alan right now, I would try to set up my club suit. Now, how do you go about that? The 2 of clubs lead is probably from an honor third. An honor third tells me that the clubs, excuse me, are probably 3-3. So if clubs are 3-3, can you make this contract? The answer is yes. Unfortunately, you need to be creative in the diamond suit. You're going to need a little bit of luck. If diamonds end up being 3-2 with East having 3 diamonds, you'll probably need to, oh no, you might need to do some crazy stuff here. Do you rough low or do you rough high? I don't even know. So um, he's roughing. Now he needs to get back to dummy in order to probably rough another club. The problem is that how does he get back to his hand now? It might have been better to rough high, hope that diamonds were like 3-3 or something, rough a card back, rough another club, and then take a finesse of the 10 of diamonds. Here, he might have put himself into a corner. If clubs happen to be 4-2 and the king queen of clubs is doubleton offside, then he can still make it. Uh, but not roughing high there, I think, is hurting his entries. The king of spades is irrelevant if he's trying to make 5 diamonds, which I think he still should be, because the 3 of clubs is a winner if 5 diamonds is making. This is my fault, by the way. I shouldn't have bid 5 diamonds like an absurd bridge player, because I know he's limited to 15. But I decided to overbid, and we are being punished as a result. So I think Alan will cash the ace of clubs, cross his fingers that something's going to fall, and it's not, and he's going to go down. So he'll rough a club, and then there's no way around losing a diamond trick. Yeah, so the clubs were 3-3. The problem is that at this point, even if he cross roughs the rest of the hand successfully, he's still going to lose a trick. Now it's possible that maybe he'll induce a defensive error, like maybe the jack of spades will cash. Who knows? If West has the queen something of spades, and yeah, so if you rough low here and West runs out of spades and West is also out of diamonds, then maybe the jack of spades is a winner. If he makes it, then oh no, oh no, the hand ended. Oh, what a letdown! I was so sad. Was he gonna make that? Was he gonna make that? I don't know. I don't know. He was close. He was so close. Diamonds were 4-1. He was not gonna make that. Oh, come on, director. He was gonna make that. Let's see. I have 16 points. He's okay. As much as I like to just bid 3 no trump fast, he could have a hand with long diamonds. That's really good. So I'm gonna bid two clubs here, which is we don't play that as strictly game forcing, but it's one round forcing and at least invitational values. So just going back to the Gib. Gibb says doubled down two. The problem is that his spade was getting over roughed, and then at that point, a diamond back cuts down on the roughing value a lot, and he'll, I think, have to lose a heart in the end as well. Two hearts is interesting. So pass. Yes, the clock did run out. These are 6-minute rounds, which is extremely fast. Um, the pass. Okay. So I'm doubling here because I have a hunch that partner's got 3 hearts, not 2. Okay, he's going 3 diamonds. I'm just going to go 3 no trump over that. He's almost certainly got a singleton diamond, a singleton heart, I should say. But I've obviously got the values for game here, so um, I'm happy to play 3 no trump and win my king of hearts at trick 1. Oh, hi Casper, welcome back. Um, yeah, 6-minute boards, not rounds, even though they feel like 6-minute rounds. So can 5 diamonds have made were it played correctly? The answer is almost certainly not, because diamonds ended up being 4-1 offside. Um, there were lies of the cards where it could have made had Alan played certain things. And in fact, the contract can be down 4 against perfect defense. So I didn't get a heart lead, but I got a spade lead, and my spades are my weakest suit. Here I've got 6 top diamonds, 2 top spades, and a heart to set up. Um, East has the ace of hearts and probably the jack of hearts. So I think that I need to attack hearts. The question is, when do I attack hearts? It might be better to attack hearts right away. So I'm going to play my king of spades because I actually want them to shift, I think. So I'm going to run my king of hearts and hope that it holds the trick. No. Yikes. Sometimes they hold up by instinct on the first round, but that didn't happen this time. All right, we got the diamond shift that I was hoping for. That's good. All right, so I'm going to win my king here, conceal my jack, and then try a cheeky little heart finesse. Oh my God, disgusting. I'm ashamed. The good news is that I'm going to make this. I'm just going to claim losing 2 more tricks. So this was really bad because the heart lead prevented me from the heart lead prevented me from gaining that automatic trick from the Jack of Hearts. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an absolute bottom board, just because East found the spade lead. Remarkably, with a 10 card spade fit, East West did not bid spades at all. And Alad is agreeing. It's going to be a bottom board just because there wasn't a heart lead and because I ended up misguessing the position of the Jack. I started with a king just because if the Jack of Hearts was a singleton card offside, which it still could have been, then I managed to find it. What do you know? What do you know? So we played that one fast, but it's not a bottom board. Nobody else in 3 no trump is actually, huh? Nobody else is making more than nobody. I don't. Nobody found the Jack of Hearts. Nobody got a heart lead against them. All right, time to count for the next hand. I've got 14 high. This is, we play 10 to 12 no trumps here. It's too strong for that. So this is 10 to 15, 2 plus diamonds. Now, is it a great 14? No. It's probably worth about 12 points. But the problem with bidding 1 no trumps is that your range is curtailed by the ACBL. You can't upgrade your 9s. And if you downgrade your 13s too many times, you'll get slapped on the wrist by the ACBL. So I have to open this 1 diamond, even though I think it's probably the equivalent of a 12 count. Yeah, and Queen of Spades lead ended up being a killer lead. It didn't cost a trick for them. So I'm just going to pass. Anybody got the heart lead? Well, this person got a heart lead. Um, they should have taken 10 tricks on a heart lead. I don't see how they missed that, but I guess they missed it. And I'm glad we weren't in 5 diamonds, which is a very poor contract off the ace king of clubs and the ace of hearts. But let's focus on the hand in question. The contract is 3 diamonds. It went 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds when I'm the 1 diamond bidder. We play Rusno leads trick 1, so that's from the Jack of Hearts. I need to decide what I want to do here. I'm going to tell my partner I've got the King of Spades by dropping the Queen of Hearts on this trick. Sorry, the King of Spades. Yeah, so the ACBL is pretty prescriptive when it comes to the liberties you take, and never is it more so than around the 1 trump opening bid. They're really restrictive about things like range and your ability to use conventions over it. And I actually used to play, and not at the club but online, an 8 to 10 point opening no trump bid, and it sounds incredibly bad, and I think it was, but it was a lot of fun and very disruptive. Um, I was playing it in some kind of online tournament, and this was against real opponents. And we'd opened a 1 no trump on the first board, and our opponent uh, sitting. I don't know if we opened 1 no trump or they asked about a no trump range. Our opponent was pro Boris Baron, who's a fairly famous Canadian pro player, a bit of a curmudgeon too. And he said he refused to play unless we fixed our bidding because it was technically, illegal, right? And so we had to do that. And I've avoided the 8 to 10 no trump going forward. Allen would have led the 10 of spades if it was a singleton. It's not a singleton. Um, so I'm not thinking about that. But what I want to do is probably, do I want to force dummy to rough into hand so I can win 2 diamonds, or do I play spade back and have that go that way? I'm going to try cashing the ace of diamonds and then playing the queen of clubs. That seems right. Don't drop. Don't drop. Wait, what do you got? What do you got? Yeah, it's definitely unprecedented time. And honestly, I've got it pretty easy. I have a job that I can do from home, and I've got good job security, and I don't get stir crazy at home. But I know there's a lot of people out there who are who've lost their jobs or had to take pay cuts, and it's really tough for them out there. So uh, they're in my heart, and I hope that Alan. No, he did not have a singleton spade. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to open an 8 to 11 no trump first seat favorable vulnerability. The 10 to 12 is disruptive enough. The 8 to 11 would be an absolute nightmare to play against. And we've come to the end of our game. That's it. Uh, Let me just look at the results from these last two boards. So the 3 no trump making ended up being the mode contract, um, even if had East led a long Hart and North South played correctly, it can be making four pretty easily. And then this last one, our opponents managed to bid to what looked like a reasonable part score. Um, the only question is, did they miss a game? And I don't really think they did. Um, Looking at this, I might have given up an extra trick on my defense, but I think that just the way they played it, there wasn't really anything I could have done at any point. And I'm flipping through this just to see if I had any alternatives, and I didn't really. So three diamonds by them making is going to be a very good board for them. It could end up being an absolute bottom for us. So it looks like we're going to probably drop down this round to about a 63% game. 63% ends up being our um, uh, yeah, beast mode, three no trump making when nobody leads their longest suit. Um, Three no trump making will be a little bit above average, but this three diamonds making looks to be a bottom board, which is the magic of match points. Um, uh, I think we're going to end up with like a 63% game. 63%, sometimes that's enough to win. Usually it's a winning game, but it depends on the range of the level of the game, right? So if you've got some very sharp pairs and some very weak pairs and some average pairs, 63% might not be good enough if the very good pair ends up getting like a high 60s game. If it's a very even field, and I don't think that this field has a lot of absolute superstars in it. 63% can easily be a winning game. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. There's one table left to go. With ice cream, of course. Oh, did he allow kibs? Yes. So the director has now switched to allowing kibitzers at tables when this match is over. So I can see what's going on at this last table here. What's the contract? Two spades by West. Interesting. So looks like two spades is down. So that's not good for us. So yeah, this last board was near bottom. And so we ended up with a 65% game. 65%, no, sorry, not 65, a 63% game, which is what I guessed. And 63% was just bad enough to be second place. So again, I'm still holding out for that win. It's been a couple weeks and I'm getting restless. But I thought for the most part, we played a pretty good game. We did some dumb things. There was my bad game try, the bad slam I bid, the bad five diamonds I bid. And I think there were one or two other errors around, but I've definitely had better games. I didn't deserve to win. Most of the good boards we got were a result of gifts, but I had fun. I hope you had fun watching me. Uh, and yeah, I try to stream. Well, we were first East West, so that's some consolation, right? So, but I try to win overall. It's more fun that way. It's more satisfying. Hope you enjoyed watching the stream. I play every Tuesday and every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which it seems clear that I'm getting an audience from around the world. So you know what time that is, your local time. Um, I hope you enjoy my analysis, and I hope you gain some satisfaction from watching me make mistakes and thinking, ha, I'm better than this person who's broadcasting their bridge experience over the internet. But I certainly would if I were watching other people's bridge streams. I had a good time, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday when I'll try to bet a grand slam. All right. Have a good night, folks, or good morning, whatever it is for you. Take care.